Hello everyone, welcome to Kick It. We have a huge episode this week, full of Don Bluth, slashes, and Sonic, if made by Treasure. So, first off, WayForward updated their Shantae Half Genie Hero Early Access build with a brand new level, which features many enemies to fight, as well as dancing and dancing and dancing. Oh, sorry. Poe, the 3D platformer that failed to reach its goal a few months back, is going early access on Steam on November 6th. We will be looking at in a future episode. And some sad news. The lead developer of Kickstarter-funded 2D cyberpunk RPG Dex, Jan Jaworski, passed away this past week at age 26. We offer our condolences to his family and friends.
On a warm June night in 1984, a group of teen counselors are about to have the night of their lives. No one is safe. No one will survive. Because at summer camp, your sleeping bag will be your body bag.
About a year ago, game studio Gun Media announced Slasher Volume 1, Summer Camp, an asymmetrical multiplayer game pitting 7 camp counselors against a masked killer. And if you're drawing comparisons, you're not alone, because a certain movie producer did too.
Hello there, I'm Adam Sessler, and I'm here to tell you about a game that I think is one of the most brilliant ideas I've ever heard. I was approached recently by the gentleman at Gun Media and told about a Friday the 13th game that is an asymmetric multiplayer game where one person plays Jason and everyone else plays counselors trying to make it through the night. This is one of those ideas that's so brilliant I have to see it happen. And we've been kindly invited to the house of Sean S. Cunningham, the director of the original Friday the 13th movie and the owner of the license.
Friday the 13th, the game. The first game it's had since 1989 will pit 7 Camp Crystal Lake counselors against the original OP, Jason Voorhees. Just think Evolve if the dinosaurs had machetes and hockey masks. Holy shit, that would have made that game a lot better. Taking the work they had already put into summer camp and working from there, but they didn't want to compromise their vision that would have happened through a publisher. I mean, let's be honest here, a teen-rated Friday the 13th game would be an embarrassment. So with about 2 weeks to go, they have already raised over $500,000 of a $700,000 goal. The game is planned for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. You can get the game for $30 and beta access for $40. And if I haven't sold you yet, as well as Cunningham, Tom Savini is working on the game as a cinematographer, and Harry Manfredini himself is composing. And best of all, you can play as Jason, with stretch goals which will add even more iconic kills to the game, including the infamous sleeping bag. This should be a must-have for any horror movie buff, so get it before he gets you. Lab Zero, the team behind Skullgirls, are back with a brand new 2D RPG called Indivisible. They are asking for $1.5 million, with publisher 505 Games offering them an additional $2 million if the funding is reached. On top of that, they also released a prototype demo showing off the gameplay. The almost Metroidvania-style map has you and 3 party members, or incarnations as the game put it, fight by pressing the corresponding face buttons on the controller, and blocking at the right time. The action can get very fast paced, and I had a lot of fun with the demo, which lasted me about an hour. I love how in-depth and straightforward the Indiegogo pitch is. They clearly lay out things like the budget and the situation with 505, also known as the exact opposite that Red Ash did. And I'm sure 505 would do a much better job when those fuckwads at Konami did with Skullgirls. The game is running on the same in-house engine that Skullgirls did, and the art lends itself very well. You can download the demo on PC now, and I believe a PS4 version of the demo should be out soon as well. You can get a copy of the game for just $30.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles.
Dragon's Lair was released in arcades in 1983 and was like nothing people had ever seen before. Utilizing the power of Laserdisc and the animation talent of Don Bluth, the game would be a runaway success about Dirk the Daring's quest to rescue Princess Daphne, whose outfit makes Jessica Rabbit look like a nun. And the gameplay would have the player responding to quick-time events, although without any real clear indication of what to do. Well, after its release over 30 years ago, Don Bluth and Gary Goldman have teamed up again to finally make a full-length Dragon's Lair film. Now, a movie like this would cost a lot of money. We're talking $50, $70, $100 million. But what Don and Gary want to do is create a pitch for the film first, so they can pitch it to major publishers and investors. They're asking for $550,000. But as of recording, and with 26 days to go, they've only raised barely $100,000. Dragon's Lair is an iconic cult classic with ports for pretty much every console ever made, and a fan base in the millions. The fact this hasn't been funded yet is almost perplexing. I want to see this made, and I want to see people attempting to press buttons just out of reflex while they watch this. Freedom Planet started off as a fan-made Sonic game before its creator Stefan Daiduru said nuts to that and proceeded to make his own game with his new studio, Galaxy Trail. He enlisted the help of Shane Blue Warrior Ellis of VGMusic.com, Leela Wolf Wilson from Fur Affinity, and also got the characters from DeviantArt user Jiao Ling. The project went to Kickstarter at the beginning of 2013, where it made $25 grand. Now, its PC release was last year, but this past week, it finally made its way to the Wii U here in Australia. People were actually saying this game is like if Sonic was made by Treasure, and I love me some Treasure.
Where are you going? I have to make sure they're okay. Can't you be Little Miss Hero Pants some other time? Not a chance! Fine, I'll go by myself.
The game focuses on the dragon Lilac and the wildcat Carol, and their mission to protect an artifact known as the Kingdom Stone. Well, that is the case if you choose Adventure Mode. Classic Mode plays all levels without the cutscenes. The art style itself is very impressive, and it looks like it belongs alongside some of the Genesis' best side-scrollers. I feel like I'm using my FrameMeister with RGB while playing this game. It even has that black border around the screen like a retro console. Each character plays very differently. When their special meter is full at the top of the screen, Lilac can perform an air dash, and Carol can deliver a flurry of kicks. She also has a bitching motorcycle. We're also introduced to Mila the dog and the alien Torque, who has been sent to defeat the game's big baddie, Brevon. Much like Treasure games, Freedom Planet emphasized style over substance. The story isn't anything revolutionary, but we do have fast-paced action and riveting boss battles. The game even goes slow-mo when you deliver that final blow to a big boss. The game is available on Steam and the Wii U eShop. And if you downloaded that Nindies at Home preview a few months back, you get a 15% discount. Well folks, that's it for this week here on Kick It. We'll see you all next time.
Awesome! We made it!